All right, to square a radical, like 4 times the square root of 3 squared, you would do 4 times the square root of 3 times 4 times the square root of 3. You can rearrange it. Sorry, that's wrong. So that you have 4 times 4 times the square root of 3 times the square root of 3. So this is 16. Square root of 3 times the square root of 3 technically is the square root of 9, which is just 3. For this problem down here, I saw on your original example that you had all the angle relationships. So AB is 5. And I would not, for right now, turn anything into decimals. I would leave everything fractional form. So if this is the this is the hypotenuse, then to get to the short leg, which is over here, you would divide by 2. And then to get to the long leg, which is right here, you would have to multiply the short leg times the square root of 3. So I'm going to multiply times the square root of 3, which would just go in the numerator. So this is this length right here. That is the hypotenuse of our 45, 90-degree triangle. So to go from the hypotenuse to a leg, you have to divide by the square root of 2, which is kind of the same thing as multiplying by 1 over the square root of 2. So that's this length, both here and here. And that is the short side of this 30, 60, 90 triangle, and they eventually want the long leg. So to go from the short leg to the long leg, you multiply by the square root of 3. If I simplify the top, that's 5 times 3 over 2 times the square root of 2. So I have 15 over 2 square root of 2. Problem is that this is not considered simplified because you can't have a radical in the bottom. So you just multiply the bottom by the same radical, multiply the top by the radical so that it's really equal to 1. So that leaves us with 15 times the square root of 2 over, and then on the bottom, you'd have 2 times the square root of 2 times the square root of 2 is 2. So I think the answer is 15 times the square root of 2. Uh-oh. For some reason, it's not letting me write anymore. There it is, over 4.